6,000 men crucified on a single road. But it all began with one gladiator who refused to stay a slave. His name? Spartacus. Born a Thracian warrior, Spartacus was captured, enslaved, and thrown into the arena to die for Rome's entertainment. But in 73 BC, he chose rebellion over chains and ignited the greatest slave revolt in history. In ancient Rome, 73 BC, a lone Thracian gladiator stands before the Colosseum crowd and suddenly charges the walls. His name is Spartacus. Born around 103 BC to the Mede tribe, Spartacus once served in the Roman army before being captured and sold into slavery. Now a gladiator in Capua's brutal school, he dares the impossible, leading a slave uprising against Rome itself. He was sold to a gladiator school in Capua under a cruel master. In 73 BC, Spartacus and roughly 70 other gladiators exploded into rebellion. Under cover of darkness, they cut through the camp's fences and armed themselves with swords and kitchen knives. Anyone who stood in their way was struck down. Seizing wagons of weapons, Spartacus's men escaped into the Italian countryside and took refuge on Mount Vesuvius, where thousands of terrified slaves flocked to their banner. From their mountain stronghold, Spartacus proved a masterful tactician. His army swelled to tens of thousands as fugitives from across Italy joined. The rebels struck with daring guerrilla tactics. At one point, they rappelled down the cliffs of Vesuvius to ambush a Roman camp from behind. Victory piled up. In 72 BC, Spartacus soundly defeated 2 Roman consuls in open battle and led his men north toward the Alps, hoping to send the survivors home. But Rome would not stand idle. Marcus Licinius Crassus mustered 8 legions to crush the revolt. In the spring of 71 BC, the final showdown came near Lucania. Ancient sources say Spartacus fought on horseback, cutting down enemies to his death. But he was eventually surrounded and slain in battle. His army fell apart. Thousands of rebels were captured. In retaliation, Crassus ordered about 6,000 of them crucified along the Appian Way as a grisly warning to others. Spartacus himself disappeared into legend. Historians called him brave and honorable even as they feared the uprising he led. His revolt failed, but his name became immortal. Revolutionaries centuries later, from Karl Marx to Rosa Luxemburg, took Spartacus's name as a banner of freedom. The gladiator who defied an empire is remembered as a symbol of courage and liberty. If you love legendary stories, subscribe for more untold stories you were never taught in class.